that one works.
Come in.
Oh, good, okay.
Anyway, did you find it? No.
Oh.
At home.
So,
I brought my water. Water's good.
all right, I'll just move the chair back, I guess.
And there's no water in the town, so if they you brought yours. Oh, there is no water? What do you mean? No one uses the bathroom? No, I'm saying. All right. There's no water bottles, or? Did you look in the refrigerator? Yes, there's no water bottles.
So Stacy is coming, but she said that Rachel had some seizures. So, he's staying, Alan's staying home with her and Stacy's home.
We could do it.
But she's bringing stuff. Yeah? Yeah?
Dicky, Dicky, Bo Dicky, banana, banana, Bo Dicky, Dicky, time, Bo Dicky, Dicky. Show Grandma
Looks like she's gonna be a model. Here, Bunny wanted me to show you this.
That's Ruby, Rabbi. Ruby, Rabbi.
Oh, that beautiful girl.
Isn't she adorable?
Oh,
Just
my
like her
goodness.
mother. Let me see, just like her mother.
Do you have
Rabbi?
your bench?
There is an additional refrigerator in the back.
Where? In the back? Oh, what back room?
In the back room by the, if you go through, in the kitchen, there's another room, and there's another refrigerator. There were just a couple water bottles, so I brought one.
Oh, well, that's very sweet of you. Thank you.
Have you got a minute that I can show you some quick pics there?
Sure, absolutely.
Are you gonna be playing today instead of piano?
It looks like the phone
You're
is
staying with Mom.
dead. I won't be able to show them. I've got to put the phone on the charger in my truck, so
Oh,
I'll show it to you after.
all right.
Give me a minute.
Sure.
Hi, Barbara. What do you say when you come back? Then they
Technically, it's on the other side, but I can't.
No. Rabbi, how do you say welcome, you know?
Yeah,
What's another one?
yeah, brucha haba'ah would be for a woman.
That's it.
Oh, brucha haba'ah. Well, you know, Debbie wrote a song, Bruchot haba'ot, tachat kanfei hashechina, bruchim habayim, tachat kanfei hashechina. May you be blessed beneath the wings of Shekhinah. Be blessed with love, be blessed with peace. What? Oh, yeah, close it, but don't lock it. The what now?
Do you hear the guitar in the mic? Yeah? Okay.
Well, at one time, she was sort of mentoring a lady named Julie. And Julie she does her own stuff now.
You know what, I may be up and down later today, so I think you can kind
Barbara, would you like to do the candles to welcome you back tonight?
I took away the mic there.
I think we should get started.
just give me a minute here, baby.
Well, Bambi's here.
I know, and Debbie's getting all sorts of treats all set for her.
So we have, oh, here comes the 10th. It's Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Oh, goodness.
See, we're not used to starting on time, so
Oh.
it's gonna take a while to get people acclimated to the fact that.
You can, you can play along. It's just our regular song that we're gonna do.
You know what's funny also? Black people call it black time. They have the,
I mean, you can.
What's that
be
mean?
back there and,
oh,
wherever you wanna be.
so isn't that funny though? Because we call it Jewish time, they call it colored people time, okay. But you know what? Asian people don't have that. They're
Can you
on
turn the
time.
candelabra? Please, thanks. Hey, Kathy. Good. And then I guess
All
these
right.
up here turn on too? Okay. What are you starting with, Janet?
What's that?
What are you starting with?
Oh, well, we usually start with Hevenu Shalom Aleichem if you want to, or you could,
That's fine.
okay. Okay, so very good, everybody.
I mean, you can be over there maybe, just so you're not blocking people. That would be good. Yeah, that'd be great.
Kathy? Yes, ma'am. Do you have a yard site tonight? I want to make sure that you're on here. I don't have a Christopher on here. Oh, well, before we start, I can write it. What, when did he die? Oh, I'm sorry. Sure. And what's his last name? K-R. And that's, as you say, Cranes? Yeah. Okay. You bet. Well, gotta have the right info. Okay, are we ready? Oh, what happened? Oh, I think that was Stacy.
It is.
Oh.
Anytime you want.
Hevenu shalom aleichem, Hevenu shalom aleichem, Hevenu shalom aleichem, Hevenu shalom, shalom, shalom aleichem, Hevenu shalom aleichem, Hevenu shalom aleichem, Hevenu shalom aleichem, Hevenu shalom, shalom, shalom aleichem. And we'd like to ask Barbara, who we're so happy to see again tonight, to come up and lead us in the prayer for the candles. Take your time, take your time. Okay. And it's on page 120 if you like to know. Hi, Stacy. Shabbat Shalom, Stacy. Stacy, I'm dedicating the sermon to you because you're going to know once I start the story. Okay. Okay.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who thought you hallows us with your cloak, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen.
Are we singing it?
Yeah, which one are you doing though?
The regular one?
From here?
The one that we do.
Oh, we do a different tune. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Okay. Oh, and we continue with Lecha Dodi on page 138. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, lai la la lai la 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 lai, penei Shabbat nekabela, lai la la lai la la lai, shamor vezachor v'dibor echad, ishmi'anu el hameiuchad, Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, להשם ולתפארת ולי תהילה, לך תודי לקראת כלה, לילה 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 לילה, פני שבת נקבלה, לילה לילה לילה, מוהי ושלום, העטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, לילה 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 לילה, פני שבת נקבלה, לילה לילה לילה. And we continue on page 142 with the Shabbat anthem of Shalom Aleichem. You all have the extra verses on your pages that should be lots around by now. Okay.
You got the sheet?
Shalom Aleichem. Okay, everybody got it? Kathy, did you find one? They're all over the place. Okay, very good. Okay. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu, Baruchuni leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Seitchem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, and to all our friends as well. Welcome, angels on high. Come and join us at our Shabbat table, share our cup of joy. Come join our singing, let your spirit soar with us. Together we will rise tonight. When we gather, fellowship and joy abound. Love and peace are filling our hearts. And now we call on Joanne, who is going to be in President Locus, in Locus Presidentis. No, that doesn't mean you're loco. That means in place of.
Okay, here goes. Okay, so, welcome everybody. Services are conducted by Rabbi Janet Beaver with our Vicki Sampson accompanying on the guitar. And
Yay!
The book club will meet this Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here. We are reading Once Upon a Time in Beverly Hills by Elaine Franklin, who we met and got to know at our recent Meet the Author event. On Saturday, March 29th at 10:30 a.m. is our first Saturday Shabbat service. This will be instead of a Friday night service that week. On Saturday, April 5th, it's been Lava's Bar Mitzvah. The family invites everyone to join them for services Friday night, April 4th at 7 p.m. and Saturday, April 5th at 10:30 a.m. Remember, our temple is available for rental for filming classes or other events. Please contact the office or Tracy for more information. As a matter of fact, there will be filming, all next week at Temple. Please be aware that parking may be impacted next Friday night as the field crew is packing up and leaving. Well, there's no service next Friday night anyway.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That all coincidentally worked out.
We continue to collect non-perishable food for local food banks and new unwrapped wasted items for teens, for Children's Hospital. No stuffed animals, please. Also remember to designate Temple Beth event of Burbank with the Ralph's Community Rewards Program, and we'll get a small donation every time you shop. It adds up. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Oh, at Baruch Hu? Oh, you want to do that now?
Whatever.
No, not now.
Okay.
So we're turning to page 146 for the Baruch Hu. Would you like to open? Oh, who would like to?
I guess me?
Thanks, I've already been out.
Oh, well, who, by whom?
Me.
Oh, okay, so May has been pressed into service there, David. That's great. Once a principal, always a principal. Lie, la, lie, 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 lie. Lie, la, lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, la, lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, la, lie, 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 lie. Barechu et Adonai ha-mevorach Baruch Adonai ha-mevorach ha-mevorach leolam va'ed ha-mevorach, ha-mevorach, le'olam va'ed. We turn now to 152, where we have the Shema, followed by the Ve'ahavta. So May will be after the Shema. You can close.
Are we doing the Debbie Friedman one or not?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. We turn to page 154. After the ark is closed, we can be seated for the Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשכבך, ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Before we sing Mi Chamocha, I would like you to find the Ribono Shel Olam prayer. I do have a few copies if you can't find it, but you should be able to find it. It starts, Ribono Shel Olam, ruler of all that is good in our world. Yes, of course, here's two. Why don't you share this one? Those might be, here, you need one, David? Okay. The rest have? Oh. You know what? I think I saw some on the last pew right next to the kippot. There's a whole bunch of things there. Ribono Shel Olam. Barbara, did you find one? Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay, everybody. You know why I wanted to read this one especially today? It's quite appropriate for what's going on right now. And I think it might help us just a little bit, I hope. Anyway, let's read it together. Ribono Shel Olam, ruler of all that is good in our world, what has happened to the ones who are making decisions in our country? What has changed their minds to create more pain, hunger, hurt, and anger among us, the citizens of our great and noble country? Please, God, do not abandon us in our time of need. There are people who are refashioning rules, structure, and long agreed upon norms to convert our land of the free to the home of the oppressed. There are those with the intent to support a small cadre of men who think they are the only ones who deserve a good life with choices, medical care, education, and even a place to call home. They are stealing our very way of life to ensure their right to rule us as though we were serfs of old, taking away our very dignity that we hold so dear. Help us to remain vigilant in the face of this inhumanity and blatant bullying of the powerless. Help us to find the power that we do have to combat this onslaught of disregard for your children of faith. We care for the poor and hungry. We care for the sick of heart and body. We are on the side of justice and all the goodness we have come to rely on from our traditions and customs that we have gleaned from your Torah and our history of overcoming hate and evil intent. We recognize that there are those who intend to push us back to a time when all power was in the hands of the few. We have seen that what happens when threats override the good, replacing it with arrogance and disregard. Our world is on the precipice of the death of compassion. There is growing blindness to the pain of others and an expanding deference to those with wealth and power. Please, God, help us find the strength and fortitude to weather this storm and emerge victorious, creating anew the world that will find favor in your eyes. Amen. Okay, and we continue with Mi Chamocha on page 158. Okay. Have you got your yababas ready? Yai bye 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 yabba bye bye bim bum. Yai bye 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 Yai bye 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 yabba bye bye bim bum. Yai bye 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 yabba bye bye bim bum. Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar bakodesh, nora teilo tosefele, nora teilo tosefele. Yai bye bye bim bim bam, yabba bye bye bim bam. Yai bye bye bim bim bam, yabba bye bye bim bam. Yai bye 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 bye, yabba bye bye bim bam. Yai bye 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 bye, yabba bye bye bim bam. Malechutecha ra'u banecha, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלינו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. יאי ביי ביי בים בים בם, יבא ביי ביי בים בם. יאי ביי ביי בים בים בם, יבא ביי ביי בים בם. יאי ביי 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 ביי, יבא ביי ביי בים bam. Yai bye 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 bye, bye 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 bim bam. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, ברוך הוא ברוך שמו, גאל ישראל. Amen. Okay. Vicky would like to include the song that is Kol Haolam Kulo, and you do have.
No, not that. Hashkadenu, the Ufrosalenu.
Oh, Ufrosalenu. Oh, in that
We
case,
could do that one.
that is it is 4 words only. Do you need to see the 4 words? It is in the book. Oh, Bunny says she needs the words.
You could just tell
Okay.
them too.
Okay, it's in. Yeah, no. Oh, it is somewhere, but it is only 4 words. It's really so easy. Oh, okay. Ufros,
160, did you look at 160?
ufros, aleinu. You know that word, right? Ufros aleinu, spread over us. Ufros aleinu, sukat shalomecha. That's it. That's it. Ufros aleinu, sukat shalomecha. Okay, and that's the slow part. Ufros aleinu, sukat, sukat, shlomecha, ufros aleinu, sukat, sukat, shlomecha. Lai, 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 ya lai, 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 ya lai, 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 ya lai, 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 la 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 la. Okay, you see, you did it without seeing the words. It's good to you. Oh, where is it? Oh, and May found it on page 160. Oh, the next page.
Oh, that worked out.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Okay, are you in the mood for a little Vishamru? Well, let's turn to page 162 then. 162 for Veshamru. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריד עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריד עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריד עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריד עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריד עולם. Okay. Okay, well, I'd like to take a moment now to find out if there's anything that people would like to share. I see David is ready. Go ahead.
Well, this past week, I was honored to take a truckload of carousel figures over from the
Just a second.
running horse.
Can everybody hear David?
Can you hear me?
David, why don't you turn around so everybody can hear you? I'd hate you to just tell your story to me.
Well, last week I had the opportunity to transport some carousel horses from the running horse shooting of the late Belinda Gray to her memorial service over in Pasadena at the Valley Hunt Club. So it was quite an honor to honor my friend Belinda. I know she was a welcome dog. She was a kingpin in the carousel industry and restoration field. And she was a tall titan. And by my transporting those figures to the venue of the memorial, I thought it was a very fitting tribute for her, for the participants and mourners to see her life's work. And I was honored to transport them and then take them back to the studio.
Tell them, David, what they're gonna do with them.
At the present time, I know the estate is planning to put them into a museum, hopefully. That's what they're trying to get that fulfilled. It's a long process because right now it's going through probate right now. It's in the hands of the attorney and the trustee. So they're working diligently, to try to make all that happen. And the house that they lived in is where that's going. And all the proceeds from that will go to the estate. It will help fund the foundation that she has established. Belinda Gray. Something that I knew that was in the carousel restoration.
Everybody's famous in their own circle.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? All righty. Well, it's just been, May.
Tuesday I got to spend the day with my best friend for 70 years.
Oh, wow.
We've been best friends since we were babies.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
She was in town for, her daughter was here. She got a new house. She comes occasionally, but it gives me great joy to spend the day.
Louder,
with her.
May.
It gives me great joy to spend the day with her.
Okay. So for those, do you think we have the camera up? You think that's running? Well, for those who didn't hear, it was May who was so very happy to spend a day with her dear friend from 70 years. What's her name? Debbie the friend. Who doesn't have a friend named Debbie? I don't know. How about you? I don't know. Anyway, it was very good. Okay, wonderful. You know, there's, it says in the Talmud, get yourself a good friend. That's a very important thing to do. It's important to have a good friend. You know, someone you can talk to, someone you can share your deepest self with. And anyway, okay, anyone else? Okay. Okay, well, nothing's coming to my mind. Aside from the fact that I'm wondering how our Saturday service is going to go next week, because as I understand it, nobody here really has done a Saturday service in a very long time. And I'm going to do everything that goes with a Saturday service, but just know this, I'm not going to do like in a conservative synagogue where there's 3 hours worth of service. No, I'm going to combine the shacharit and Musaf so that we will have all, they are the same prayers, okay? And then, of course, we'll have the Torah service, taking out the Torah, and I will be reading from the Torah, you know, for the Torah reading, and also I will do, as usual, a drash on the Torah, okay? So it'll be from 10:30 to approximately 12-ish, 12:10, 12:15, something of that nature. And anyway, so I hope that you'll be intrigued and come, and we'll see how it susses out as far as if it's a viable thing to do, or if we should just stick with Fridays. So that's really what's on the table, everybody. So if you come, you know, if you plan on ever coming, then you should come next Saturday because it will be a kind of a test case. Yes, Joanne? I didn't. That's a good question. Shacharit means dawn. Well, shachar is dawn. And shacharit means the service that takes place at dawn. No, it's not going to be dawn here. It will be 10:30. Okay? We're very practical here, and we know nobody's coming at the first light of dawn. Okay? But it is named that. Okay? There are, and then Musaf means the additional service. In Hebrew, the verb is lehosif, to add or additional. Musaf is the additional service. It was considered to be a sacrifice that was in place of the animal sacrifice. So, you know, we came from a sacrificial cult and then evolved into a religion that had prayers in place of sacrifice. So that's what we did. So let's take a moment now and talk about the Torah portion. I know that Stacy can hear in the kitchen. I hope so. Is that true? Does the microphone go in the kitchen? No? Maybe you can tell her to come listen for a minute. Stacy, dear, why don't you come listen for the... Yeah. Yes, you may, but why don't you get up so, what? Okay, but but please, so that people on the camera can hear, okay?
I just wanted to acknowledge and express gratitude for us to the temple joining with St. David's to provide meals to families at Home Again LA this week. It's so much appreciated and a long-standing partnership with St. David's, and so I appreciate those of us that were, you know, relatively scheduled and everything. Those of us that were able to support.
When did that take place?
We provide dinners throughout the week, as this amazing Stacy did.
And this is amazing, we were a duo.
Isn't that wonderful?
We had one hour, but yeah, it's a long-standing mitzvah.
Yes.
Mitzvot that temple is able to continue, so.
Yes. Well, you know, again, don't know why I'm quoting the Talmud so much, but it says there in the Talmud, you know, in order to make connections with people, when you give them what to eat or what to drink, where to sit, how to be comfortable. You don't ask them what their politics are. You don't ask them who they support, what they do, or any of that. You just treat them as a human being and you give them food to eat. So that is a very high thing that you did and that the temple, thank goodness, is involved with. And thank you, Stacy and Kathy and whoever else was involved. Eileen and Joanne also. And whose hand was that behind Marlene? Oh, is that Marlene? Oh, Barbara. Oh, wow. Uh-huh. Okay. So families or, yeah. Okay, very good, very good. All right, are we ready for the drash? Yes. Okay. Well, I'm glad because I got some for you. Vayakel is our Torah portion. I'm waiting.
Sorry, thank you.
It's all right, it's all right. Vayakel, which describes the making of the Mishkan. Now, what is the Mishkan? It is the tabernacle. Did you want to say something, Joanne? the tabernacle. Do you know about that in the desert, when we were wandering for 40 years, we had a portable temple, a portable tabernacle. And in this Torah portion, it tells exactly how to make that, what materials, what must be done, and who's in charge. It was, I'm going to mention his name again, but it's a good name to know. Betzalel. Betzalel was the artisan or artist who was in charge of designing and being the head of this enterprise of creating the Mishkan. And just as a side note, Marlene probably knows this, the great art school in Israel is called Betzalel, named after this man here that is mentioned in this Torah portion. So it's, in Israel it's like a living Torah, because you have so many things that refer back to the Torah. And if you know the Torah, then you're never lost. So it's a wonderful thing. Okay, so this describes the making of the Mishkan, and it goes out of its way to emphasize the role that women played in it. The men accompanied the women, and those who wanted to make a donation brought bracelets, earrings, finger rings, and body ornaments, all made out of gold. In Exodus, this is a quote, "Every skilled woman put her hand to spinning, and they all brought the spun yarn of sky blue wool, dark red wool, crimson wool, and fine linen." May is enjoying this, right? Because you are a person who does work on the loom. Anyway, highly skilled women volunteers also spun the goat's wool. Now, in order to make that sky blue wool or the dark red wool, how do you think they did it? Do you think they went to CVS and got some RIT dye? Right, the red would be from berries. The blue was from a snail shell that was harvested from the sea, and it is now extinct. And they called that color tchelet, and we call that color turquoise. Yeah, and that snail shell was pummeled and turned into powder. And then the fabric, or whatever was going to be dyed, was put into a bath of it with water, with the powder, and so on. And that's how you got your colored, the spun yarn of sky blue wool. Okay? What's that? Good question. If you go back to just before they left Egypt, the Hebrews were told to go to their neighbors and get gold and silver because they had served the country in slavery for decades, and they were due that. And so they took gold with them. Yes. That's right. That's right. Decades. Right. It was 400 years. Thank you. Thank you. What's a few hundred years between friends? A lot. Okay, so now another quote from Exodus. "Every man and woman among the Israelites who felt an urge to give something for all the work that God had ordered through Moses brought a donation for God." The emphasis is even greater than it seems in the translation because of the unusual choice of words in verse 22. And in the Hebrew, it goes like this. Vayavo'u ha'anashim al hanashim, which implies that the women came to make their donations first, and the men merely followed their lead. This is the idea that women played an outsized role in the making of the Mishkan. It's all the more impressive because the Torah implies that the women refused to contribute to the making of the golden calf. The women had a sense of judgment in religious life. What is true worship and what is not true. So, a commentator who lived from 1550 to 1619, in case you're interested, his name is Luntschitz. I kid you not. Rabbi Shlomo Ephraim Luntschitz, say that 12 times fast, makes the further point that since the tabernacle was atonement for the golden calf, the women actually had no need to contribute at all, because it was the men, not the women, who needed the atonement. Nevertheless, women gave, and they did so before the men. Most moving, though, by far, is the unusual, almost mysterious verse, and this is Exodus 38, verse 8. Bezalel, remember I talked about him, made the copper washstand and its copper base out of the mirrors of the dedicated women. They were called Hatzevaot, the dedicated women who congregated at the entrance of the communion tent. The meaning of Bemarot Hatzevaot, the mirrors of those who set up legions, is that the women used the mirrors to make themselves more beautiful to their husbands, to entice them into creating more children. And this was, by the way, back in Egypt when we were enslaved. And when you're enslaved, it isn't conducive to having children and having a good life with your husband and all of that. Even though the Egyptians were trying to end the Hebrew people by killing all the male babies and the enslavement of men and women, the women had more faith in the survival and the future of our people, shown by their devotion to creating the next generation, even though there were so many reasons why not to create any more human beings that would be Hebrews and would be targets for Egyptian oppression. The mirrors, therefore, were a symbol of the measures that women took to continue the creation of new life and the ongoing regeneration of children. From these mirrors, the washstand for the tabernacle was made. The story is this. The Egyptians sought not merely to enslave, but also to put an end to the people of Israel. One way of doing so was to kill all the male children, as we've said. Another was simply to interrupt normal family life. The people, both men and women, were laboring all day. At night, says the Midrash, they were forbidden to return home. They slept where they worked. The intention was to destroy both privacy and sexual desire, so that the Israelites would have no more children. The women understood this and decided to frustrate Pharaoh's plan. They used mirrors to make themselves attractive to their husbands. The result was that intimate relations resumed. Women conceived and had children, and this is the legions that were referred to in the word Tsevaot. Only because of this was there a new generation of Jewish children. The women, by their faith, courage, and ingenuity, secured Jewish survival. The Midrash continues that when Moses commanded the Israelites to bring offerings to make the tabernacle, some brought gold, some silver, some bronze, and some jewels, but many of the women had nothing of value to contribute except the mirrors that they had brought with them from Egypt. They brought the mirrors to Moses, who reacted with disgust. Moses thought that what have these cheap objects used by women to make themselves look attractive to do with the sanctuary and the sacred? Guess what? God rebuked Moses for daring to think this way and ordered him to accept the mirrors. The story is powerful in itself. It tells us, as do so many other midrashim, that without the faith of women, Jews and Judaism would never have survived. But it also tells us something absolutely fundamental to the Jewish understanding of love in the life of our culture and religion. Judaism sees love as supremely physical and spiritual. That is the meaning of, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul and all your might. All of you remember that from the Ve'ahavta. This is not the language of meditation or intellectual contemplation, philosophical or mystical. It is rather the language of passion. Maimonides writes about the love of God. This is a quote from Maimonides. What is the love of God that is befitting? Is it to love God with great and exceeding love, so strong that one's soul shall be knit up with the love of God, such that it is continually enraptured by it, like a lovesick individual whose mind is never free from passion for a particular woman and is enraptured by her at all times? Even more intense should be the love of God in the hearts of those who love God. They should be enraptured by this love at all times. This is the love we find in the passages of the Psalms called Tehillim in Hebrew, right? You know that Psalms in Hebrew called Tehillim. And here's something from Psalm 63. It says, my soul thirsts for you. My body longs for you in a dry and weary land where there is no water. Only because the sages thought about love this way did they take it for granted that the Song of Songs, everybody knows that book, The Song of Songs, an extremely sensual series of love poems, was about the love between God and Israel. Rabbi Akiva called it the Holy of Holies of religious poetry. And those of you who know about Rabbi Akiva know that he was responsible for the Song of Songs becoming part of our canon in the Bible. Continuing, it was Christianity, however, under the influence of classical Greece that drew a distinction between eros, which is love with intense physical desire, and agape, which is a calm, detached love of humanity in general and things in general, and declared the second, the agape, only to be religious. It was this same Greek influence that led Christianity to read the story of Adam and Eve and the forbidden fruit as a story of sinful sexual desire, an interpretation that should have no place whatever in Judaism. Simon May, who's a present-day commentator, speaks about the love of God in Judaism as being characterized by, and this is a quote, intense devotion, absolute trust, awe of God's power and presence, and rapturous, if often questioning absorption in his will. Its moods are a combination of piety, the piety of a vassal, the intimacy of friends, the fidelity of spouses, the dependence of a child, and the passion of lovers. And Simon May later adds, the widespread belief that the Hebrew Bible is all about vengeance, an eye for an eye, while the Gospels supposedly invent love as an unconditional and universal value, must therefore count as one of the most extraordinary misunderstandings in all of Western history. Are you getting this? Yeah. So, it's something that can be missed. There's a great movement that wants to make physical love and human passion into something salacious and dirty. But that just isn't true. And it doesn't hold water in our tradition. The Midrash dramatizes this contrast between eros and agape as an argument between God and Moses. Moses believes that closeness to God is about celibacy and purity. God teaches him otherwise, that passionate love, when offered as a gift to God, is the most precious love of all. This is the love we read about in Shir HaShirim. It is the love we hear about in Yedid Nefesh, that song we sing sometimes, meaning friend of my soul, the daring song that we sing at the beginning and toward the end of Shabbat. When the women offered God their precious mirrors that they used to arouse their husband's love in the dark days of Egypt, God told Moses, "These are more precious to me than anything else." The women understood better than the men what it means to love God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Amen. Anybody want to say anything? Yes, David?
Well, I think it's a universal, it is a very universal truth that was just preached.
All right. Yes.
You hadn't read this, nobody teaches this.
Right. It's true. In all my years of study, I never had heard about this, how the women were really the leaders of building the Mishkan like this. And even the fact that the women were the ones who spun the yarn and wove the cloth and made many of the things that were put into the Mishkan. It was always represented as men. And we got to correct that, because what's true is true, and truth is what we need, right? Because when it's true, it makes sense, and then we understand how important everybody's contribution is. But especially, we mustn't overlook the contribution of women and how it is that they really made sure that there was another generation in Egypt, someone to leave Egypt and live in the desert and eventually, bless you, and eventually enter the land of Israel. Okay, so we continue our service now unless there's another comment. Oh, Marlene? Yes. It's a desire to live. It is the basic human commitment to the right that we have when we are born, that we have the right to create the next generation, and that we must be connected to that life force. You know, it probably was much easier to become depressed and to secede from life. Many of us have thought a lot about this. I imagine you have. Every one of us knows somebody who was a survivor or were the children of survivors who suffered, I would say, not the same suffering, but absolutely a suffering that came from the terrible events of World War II, no doubt about it. I have a friend who suffers every day from it and is always surviving from that and sees things from the lens of a survivor. I'm sure you all know people like that. Yes, Marlene? Yeah. Yeah. Well, and also there was no birth control. Not really, you know. So, yeah. Okay, we are now continuing on page 371 with the Misha Berach, Oh, May? Oh, okay, David's gonna open. He's halfway up here. But you can get up.
You can close it.
Okay, he's letting you close it. Okay. So give a thought now, a moment, to the people in your life who need some healing. We want to remember Mark Noodleman and Margaret, who I don't know, is she still in that rehab place? Has she? Well, if anyone is talking to her, please convey our sincere hope that she's going to be with us back soon. Okay?
Also, my friend Amory Silas from Westminster Presbyterian Church, he just underwent a triple bypass.
Oh,
So we want to make sure he's in our prayers.
No.
yes.
And he says he'll try and get out of the hospital by the weekend.
Okay. Okay, and also,
My other friend Isabel Gaddy,
okay,
making progress on her injuries.
okay, good. Gidon Lev, our friend in Israel, who is a Holocaust survivor, he was in Theresienstadt as a child, 6 to 10. Oh, just mentioned our friend in Israel, Gidon Lev, who has had a terrible flu. And he is he 90 now? Yeah. He was in Theresienstadt from the time he was 6 to 10. And, but he's an amazing man. And we've come to know him. Vicky has been a big help to him, making him, he wrote a book, and Vicky has helped him to make it an audio book. So,
And also, there's going to be a documentary being made to him. In fact, the director, I'm going to do the sound editing for it, but the director is in Israel right now showing it to Gidon and his wife Julie, because, you know, he's kind of frail and we're hoping that it keeps him going. He's famous for making TikToks to teach the younger generations about the Holocaust. And he's an amazing fellow. You can look him up on Gidon Lev, L-E-V is his name.
he's a wonderful, uplifting spirit. He really is an amazing man.
Very positive fellow.
Yes. Okay, so Misha Berach is on 371. I have a friend also, Rabbi Miriam Hamrel, who's recovering from the flu. She had double pneumonia. And we're hoping for her complete healing. And all of our other people that we know and that we don't know who are suffering today and need God's healing. Misha Berach Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mikor HaBracha Leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. And we would like to turn to page 586 right now. 586 for Aleinu. Aleinu, but you don't know that, that's okay. Okay. So it's the second paragraph, and this is the one where you keep turning the page when we come to Shehu and so on. You know what to do. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, וביות שבקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו, אין עוד אמת מלכנו, אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבותה אל לבבך. כי אדוני הוא אלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו echad. And now we call to mind at this time those we remember tonight on the anniversary of their passing, as well as those we have lost in recent months. We have Ilana Gleinert, Leona Zolman, Fran Bernstein, Joel Sussman, Gerald Rosenfeld, Ron Shankman, Ron Caden, Elsie Noodleman, Deborah Fischel, Beverly Craig, Lorinda Bray, Scott Ringwelski, Evelyn Dreyfus, Rosalie Hutter, Alfred Hutter, and Herbert Bieber. The yahrzeit list: Harold Potter, Samuel Greenberg, John Kubik, Howard Siegel, Esther Block Epstein, Joseph Clevens, Cindy Wallace, and Christopher Cranes. Our Mourner's Kaddish is on page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malachutei. V'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach le'olam ulalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpo'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. Vitadar, vitale, vitalal, shemei the kudesha, brechu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, amen. Okay. And you may be seated. Oh. Our priestly blessing is on page 603, and then we will finish with our Oseh Shalom. May God bless you and keep you. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God's light shine upon you and be gracious to you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May you feel God's presence with you always, and may you find peace. peace in your heart, peace in your home, and peace in your daily life. Amen. And let us finish with a little Ose Shalom, a prayer for peace. And a big thank you to Vicky who came and brought us music tonight.
Happy to do it.
Ose Shalom Bimroma, Uya Ase Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'yimru, Imru Amen. Yahase Shalom, Yahase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Yahase Shalom, Yahase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yahase Shalom, Yahase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yahase Shalom, Yahase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yahase Shalom, Yahase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. So we'll see you just a minute at the Oneg Shabbat. By the way, what does Oneg mean? Pleasure. Oneg Shabbat, the pleasure of the Sabbath. And that is eating. Yeah.
So the Yom HaShoah opening this year is April 23rd, it's a Wednesday.
Oh,
I was wondering if you want to do something special Saturday.
yeah.
I found a book about Tanisha Sugihara. I haven't found
Oh.
a video yet. I was harder for it.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I could read the flyers.
Sure. Yes. I've got it in my car. If you, yes. I didn't read the entire book, but I certainly read your father's and several others, but I haven't read the entire.
You know the guy from, can we get that?
If you wouldn't mind. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Thank you.
I go to Pilates.
I need to go. So are you talking about the day after that on a Wednesday? Friday. Yeah. Oh, yes, we definitely want to do it.
Well, they mind it. What? They mind it. Don't they? Well, their neighbors went to Fort Knox.